what do you see as a solution for de-radicalization, where with the background where Saudi Arabia, which is the hub of Islam, and UAE, two major countries in the region, have started adopting Indian Mandirs, yoga and Ayurved, and now even music teachers are being officially announced as a position in Saudi Arabian schools. So they have seen the Chinese style of de-radicalization, stealing organs from Muslim bodies, Uyghur bodies. They have seen the Russian and American style of de-radicalization, those fighters moving from the top and dropping bombs. I think they have safely selected Indian style of Mandir, Yoga and Ayurved to de-radicalize their people. What do you see as the future of the West Asia with this de-radicalization background?
If it goes on like this, there's an enormous future. The problem is, on the other side, the West, they're radicalizing more and more. The problem is not West Asia. The problem is not even Saudi Arabia and the Emirates, because they already, MBS and MBZ, they are very, very clever. They already saw, okay, let's de-radicalize, and we keep all our privileges.
And by the way, viewers, MBS and MBZ are the only two leaders whom Prime Minister Modi addresses as brothers.
Really? That's fascinating. Much more than Putin, but they have an excellent relationship, Putin-Modi. Excellent. The problem is the radicalization of the West. And this is going to get worse and worse, because
for the West,
it's a parallel process of loss of geopolitical power and loss of geoeconomic power. And they don't have a plan B, period. They really thought that was the end of history. And when it didn't come, they had never thought about a plan B. And that explains their state of total desperation now. And they're even more dangerous now.
Do you see crusades in Europe?
Of course, but there's no question. In fact, the mentality is still the 11th century. And Europe is going to go back to the 11th century again.
Crusades.
Of course, but there's no question about that.
So
and the Americans is even worse, because the US is not a nation. The US stole land from the original peoples. It's a settler colonialist place, essentially, you know. And it's reverting to their barbarism, the initial barbarism. But now they are cannibalizing, because the civil war in the US will cannibalize whole sections of the US. And internally it will be totally divided and cannibalized, and externally nobody will respect the West anymore in a matter of years if it goes on like this.